Good afternoon. Welcome to the press center of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine. Here is our weekly update of the situation in the operation area of the Joint Forces from 23rd to 29th September 2019. During the last week, the number of ceasefire violations has almost doubled in comparison with the previous week. The ceasefire violations using weapons which are forbidden by the Minsk agreements has also increased. The Russian occupation troops continue to use 120 and 82 mm mortars, especially in the area of responsibility of the Task Force North, which is Luhansk direction. Moreover, the Russian occupation troops used small arms, grenade launchers, heavy machine guns, infantry fighting vehicles, and other infantry weapons. Over the past week, from 23rd to 29th September 2019, Ukrainian defenders' positions fell under provocative fire by the Russian occupation troops for 175 times. Thus, on September 23rd, for 4 times, the enemy has fired IFV weapons, grenade launchers, and small arms in the area of the withdrawal of Forces Number 3 near Bogdanivka settlement. On September 24th, the Russian occupation troops have fired 22 82 mm mines against the JFO positions. What is more, on September 25th, the enemy had fired 7 120 and 32 82 mm mines. Once again, on September 27th, in a violation of the Minsk agreements, the Russian occupation troops have fired 54 120 and 82 mm mines against the JFO positions near Travneve, Novoluhanske, Pivdenne, and Luhanske, which are on the Luhansk directions. Over the course of September 28th and 29th, the enemy has fired almost 80 120 and 82 mm mortars. The situation in the operation area is under full control of the joint forces. Our servicemen opened fire in response to suppress the enemy activity using infantry weapons and by strictly adhering to the Minsk agreements. As the result of the Russian armed aggression, 5 servicemen from the JFO were wounded in action and 1 got combat trauma. They were all transferred to the military medical facilities. We want to inform with grief that 2 servicemen were killed by defending our country in the east. Ministry of Defense of Ukraine expresses sincerest condolences to families and loved ones of our deceased defenders. And now to the information from the Defense Intelligence Directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine. Command of the Russian occupation troops is constantly increasing mobilization capabilities within 1st and 2nd Army Corps of the Russian Armed Forces. From 25th till 28th September, a large-scale mobilization exercises has taken place. Special attention was paid to mobilize those who have received Russian passports. Control over these exercises was conducted by the staff officers of the 8th Army of the Russian Southern Military District. Occupation administration has also increased technical support for propaganda and PSYOP activities. For this aim, the enemy has actively used Russian-made equipment for dissemination of mobile messages for psychological effect over the JFO personnel and civilian population. Moreover, Russian occupation troops always use disinformation and propaganda tools to discredit the JFO forces, mislead civilian population, and distract them from horrible social support issues. Russian Federation continues to supply 1st and 2nd Army Corps of the Russian Armed Forces with weapons and ammunition through the uncontrolled border areas. Some of those rusty artillery shells and rockets which are being supplied are stored in unconditional places. As a result, they store non-usable ammunition in abandoned factories or other enterprises with little or no security. Such irresponsible activities lead to detonations and explosions. But the Russian occupation troops, using their propaganda tools to mislead local population and accuse the JFO forces in subversive activity. This is all information for now. Glory to Ukraine. Captain Mikhailo Sharvara from the Press Center of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine.